It happens all the time. Women craft the perfect natural birth plan. They print it out. They hand it to their doctor who nods his head to everything. But when baby's birthday comes around, everything is turned upside down and her birth is a far cry from what she had hoped and planned for. A 2023 analysis found that as many as 65% of mothers report feelings of failure or disappointment in their birth experience. What is happening? How do you create an effective birth plan that actually gets you the positive experience you and your baby deserve? In this video, I'm going to share how I did it, and by the end, you'll know how to craft an effective plan that safeguards your natural birth experience. But first, my name is Maria. I'm a doula, a Lamaze certified childbirth educator, and owner of the Primal pregnancy app, an evidence-based resource for holistic-minded women who want a healthy baby and an empowering birth. Okay, picture this. You're glowing with excitement, ready to meet your baby. You've got your birth plan neatly typed up, listing things like no epidural, no cervical checks, delayed cord clamping. You hand it to your provider who nods enthusiastically. He says, absolutely, we support this plan. But here's the harsh reality. They don't care. A 2013 study in the Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology reported that 70% of birth plans are not referenced in decision making, which then leads to them being ignored completely. One provider in the study admitted, we see them as lists of demands rather than discussions. Women download these plans from the internet, trusting that their provider will respect their wishes, which end up getting ignored, dismissed, and overridden. Now, don't get me wrong, having a birth plan does have its perks. A 2023 study showed that women who go into labor with a birth plan are 10% more likely to have a vaginal birth compared to those who don't, which, I mean, it's something, right? 10%, but it's only 10%. It's a small bump at best. Why isn't it higher? Well, let's look at what's happening. Countless anecdotes and studies confirm that hospital staff laugh off birth plans behind closed doors. There's a joke I've heard among L&D nurses that the longer your birth plan, the sooner your C-section. Some hospitals forbid birth plans altogether. The fact of the matter is that hospital staff have to follow protocol. The obstetrician has to meet a certain quota of births, a quota of cervical checks. They have to draw your blood, give you an IV. Now, you can refuse all of this stuff. You're under no legal or moral obligation. But if you do, they get in trouble. So if your birth is taking a little too long, the doctor is gonna push for a C-section before 5 p.m. in order to meet his quota for the day. And that's where the gaslighting starts. A 2024 study in reproductive health found that women frequently face dismissal of their concerns, with medical staff using coercion, intimidation, or exaggerated risks to get them to consent. Providers pressure women saying, without a C-section, your baby will go into distress, or if you don't get induced, your baby will die. And of course, these fear-based tactics are effective at derailing a mother's birth plan and giving the doctor an easier shift that day. So here's the truth. The value of a birth plan is not in that piece of paper that you hand over. It's in the research and preparation that goes into creating it. When a mom has done her homework, she's researched her pregnancy and birth thoroughly, she's seen the data, and I don't mean data from ACOG or the AAP. They've been found guilty of fudging the results. No, I mean independent studies conducted by researchers who aren't being paid to show a certain result. When she has this information, then her birth plan is effective. Why? Because she knows how to advocate for herself. She understands the pros and cons of every intervention, from epidurals to inductions, and she can assess in the moment if it's truly right for her and her baby. That is empowerment, and it doesn't come from a piece of paper. You might have seen the triangle I used to show the 3 elements that go into an empowering birth. The first is mind. You've got to prepare mentally. Then there's body. So physical preparation for childbirth. And then the rock solid foundation to the triangle is education. Without solid birth education, well-meaning women are easily taken advantage of in a system that's entirely profit and protocol based. And by the way, this is exactly why I do what I do. I built the Primal Pregnancy app to help you get the evidence-based facts on holistic pregnancy and childbirth, and to prepare your mind and your body for that beautiful journey. It's linked below if you haven't downloaded it yet. And I know personally that solid birth education works, not just because I've seen the data or my own clients' successes, but because I have personally experienced the power of having the facts. With my first pregnancy, I was seeing a group of midwives. I was all set to have my beautiful water birth outside of the hospital, but when I hit 35 weeks, everything flipped. My pregnancy became high risk. My care was transferred out of my beautiful, cozy birth center and into a sterile, cold hospital. The doctors told me a C-section was inevitable, and my natural birth plan was a long forgotten myth. But what I had was knowledge, enough knowledge to advocate for myself. I said, okay, let's try for an induction and not go straight to the C-section. I'm gonna see if I can start labor on my own. I'm gonna manage contractions without an epidural. And long story short, I reclaimed my natural birth under almost impossible circumstances. I used holistic tools to encourage labor and ease pain, and my baby arrived after just 6 hours of active labor, 15 minutes of pushing, no epidural, no drama. The entire floor was in shock. I was supposed to have a C-section. She wasn't supposed to come out this easily. They brought like 20 people in there saying it's gonna be an emergency, and out she came, easy as could be. Do you see what happened there? My birth plan was ruined on paper, but I still had the knowledge and the self-advocacy tools to save my birth experience. The power is not in a document saying I want this and not that. It's in the knowledge and the confidence you build while doing the research and preparing yourself, mind, body, and soul for the challenge of natural childbirth. After going through that experience, I said, no woman should ever be put in this situation again. And I created the app to equip holistic-minded mothers like you with the tools you need to give birth on your own terms. This is the only pregnancy app geared toward holistic-minded mothers preparing for an unmedicated childbirth. Wherever you're having your baby, at home or at the hospital, the Primal Pregnancy app will change the outcome of your birth for the better. I guarantee it. That's linked below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, you were gonna love my other stuff, so hit subscribe to get the evidence-based tools you need to have the kind of birth you want, and I will see you next time.